up? This is Rich from Eagle-Eyed Football, and this is my breakdown of Group H of the World Cup that's coming up a couple of days time. Looking forward to it. Now, Group H obviously consists of Portugal, Uruguay, South Korea, and my nation, Ghana. Now, let's start with Portugal. Now, you know what? Like, they've been so like up and down with regards to playing styles, but they've obviously stuck by their coach and such, from being quite pragmatic. And I feel like they've come to their own now, where they're a bit more expressive. Got a load of talented young players, very creative players as well. You look at the likes of Leao, you look at Bernardo Silva. Some may chuck Bruno Fernandes in there as well. A very, very dangerous side, I think. I think they'll definitely do well in this group, in my personal opinion. Obviously, there'll be a lot of spotlight on Cristiano Ronaldo, especially with his recent interview with Piers Morgan and such. But as you can tell from that, he's literally just focused on his football at this moment in time. And any time he plays for Portugal, you can tell that he's really up for it. He really wants to show the world what he can do and stuff. So Portugal are going to be a very decent side, you know. I personally reckon they'll come out of this group. They'll qualify. Position-wise, I'm not too sure just yet. I reckon not so much position. Points-wise, I'm not sure, but position, I reckon they'll top the group, in my personal opinion. Points-wise, like I said, I'm not too sure just yet. And as you know, like, the World Cup throws so many different surprises anyway, so it's very difficult to tell, you know. I guess the key for them will obviously get the wingers obviously effectively into play, and most importantly, like, allowing the likes of whether it's Cancelo, Delo, depending on who's playing, you know, to get up the pitch and do what they do, you know. So yeah, that's Portugal. I'm gonna leave my nation till last. Next up, South Korea. Now, I think they, like us, will be like the dark horses. They're the two teams that like no one's really expecting to get out of this group. Obviously, with Portugal and Uruguay potentially being the favoured two. But South Korea, as we know, they may not have household names, like many household names, but what they do is they work. Their work ethic is crazy. Like, they're literally to the death. They will run and run and run. Now, obviously, everyone knows their main star, Son, you know, has had enough up and down season so far for Tottenham, but when it comes to playing for South Korea, like, he's on it, you know. And he's going to be a threat. He's going to be a big threat, you know. He's going to be the biggest threat in their side. And I think all three teams in that group that have to play them, it's going to be very tough, very, very tough. And I think if they can get out of that game with at least a point, then I think it's going to lead them in good stead, you know. Obviously, like I said, from the outside looking in, it looks as if them and us, Ghana, are the Portugal and Uruguay will be looking to be taking full points from those two teams. Like I said, from the outside looking in, and even for those nations themselves. But you know, I think they can spring a surprise. And hopefully it's not yet, it's us. Then we come to Uruguay. Now, obviously, as a Ghanaian, I hope that the worst happens to them. You know, I'm hoping that the worst happens to Luis Suarez. But listen, in all fairness, like, anyone would have done that for their nation. You know what I mean? It's just, obviously, it's just the heartbreak of it all, and the manner, and then to see him celebrating when the penalty was missed and all sorts. And I'm going back to bad memories. Bring it back. You know what I mean? So obviously, I don't want Uruguay to do well at all. I hope, as a Ghanaian, that we beat them, but it's not a case where I just hope we don't let emotions kick in when we play them, because all of the pre-match and stuff will be catered toward that incident in South Africa. You know, everything's going to be pitched towards that. So I hope that we can keep a cool head when we play against them. But looking at their squad, obviously, the likes of Suarez, Cavani, Darwin Núñez, who's kind of coming into his own at the moment at Liverpool. You know, some very good attacking threats there, and they got other players in and around the squad that are playing like Champions League and Europa League football as well. So I think they'll be a very decent outfit. I guess they're quite similar to Portugal in the sense where you just don't know what type of Uruguay you'll get. Will you get a pragmatic side that wants to counter, or would you get a team that wants to be on the front foot? You just never know. You really never know with them and such. So it's hopefully they don't turn up. Like I said, I would love for them to get eliminated from the tournament as early as possible. Which brings us to my nation, Ghana. Now listen, mad haps that we've made it. You know, we were going through a really difficult patch after the 2014 World Cup. Difficult period of football's been boring and stale, and there's politics, and there's always politics with the Ghana Football Association. You know, then we had AFCON, and we were dreadful, like bad. We were really bad at the top of the year, and there was just like the coach got sacked, and we were thinking who's going to take over. We obviously then chose Otuado, who then helped us to qualify for the World Cup, getting that draw in Nigeria, you know, on their soil, to be able to go through and away goals. You know, obviously the Ghana Nigeria beef, jollof rice, everything, you know what I mean? Like it was huge for us, you know. And then Chris Hughton's come in, and he's helped with the diaspora of the nation, getting in many players who may not have affiliated with Ghana previously to come in and represent our nation. And obviously that's brought about debate, because like, oh, but what about the players that got us there, and will they just disappear afterwards and stuff? Listen, I hope the new nucleus of players that we've got stays, because the talent's unreal. The talent's unreal, and obviously there's some players that didn't make it, unfortunately. Myself and Roland from Pros Only Sports, we covered our own reaction to the national squad, the 23-man squad that was announced, and discussed about some of the players that were omitted. Obviously some through injury and some through the coach's choice, which was like, ooh, why have you cut this person and such? But you know what, I just hope we go out and express ourselves. Just go out and express ourselves, have fun. I hope we're not like all out defensive. I know we'll have to have moments where we will have to be quite solid at the back. But listen, we don't know when the next World Cup is going to be for us. It's very difficult coming out of CAF into the World Cup qualifier. Like, you got likes of Ivory Coast who didn't make it, you know. So it's tough. It's so hard to make the World Cup from within the African continent and stuff. So I hope we go there and express ourselves and have a good time with it, you know. But show that we've got talent. We've got some real talent. You know, we've got Thomas Partey, obviously, who's having a great season so far. We've kind of solidified our defence a bit more with Salisu joining our ranks. Up front, Iñaki Williams and Antoine Semenyo, they've both come in as well. Tariq Lamptey's changed allegiance as well. So, you know, there's so much talent there, and it's just hopefully we can give a good account of ourselves, you know. So yeah, there you have it. That's Group H. You know, it's the Group of Death, I believe they've called it as well. You know, I think this will have a surprise somewhere, and hopefully it's us. Hopefully we can you know, qualify for the knockout stages, and that'll be a great achievement considering how difficult the group is and such. But yeah, guys, if you want to find me, it's Eagle Eyed Football on YouTube and Eagle Eyed Ball on Twitter. And apart from that, we're looking forward to World Cup. Peace.